Hey everyone, I'm Scott Leaper. I'm the creator of Cognitize, which you can see all around me in every square footage of this office. And this is...
Hello, I am Rory Kelly. I am the owner of Red Knight Toy Group and also Scott's right-hand man at Imaginosity.
Brilliant, thank you. If you don't know Cognitize, very quickly, box of 52 cards. There's a shiny box there. And every single card has a learn, a share, a grow, and a repeat. So learn is an activity or a conversation that you might have with someone else. We talked about this one in our Cognitize Connector this week. I insisted everyone went off and bought their household an ice cream by way of a celebration for just being nice and being social. They then share that idea with someone else via the physical card or via a digital card. Scan a little barcode and you get a little video of someone popping up telling you some stories about how you can deepen your learning around the narrative that's on those cards, and then repeat. We give those cards away as many times as possible to as many people as possible. We thought we'd do something a little bit different. Given it's Friday and given we've had so many things happen to both of us over the last 7 days, we thought we'd try and do a little 5 at 5, a little kind of high five conversation around things that have happened and really the last kind of 5 days of business that we can share every Friday at 5 o'clock. And you'll see where the high five bit comes in right at the very end, perhaps. But Rory, I asked you to select a little card from the set of something that you've been up to the last 5 days, and maybe you could tell us which card you've chosen and why. It sounded like Cilla Black there as I just said that, but anyway, Rory Kelly, please pick your card.
A little bit. Scott, the card that I am going to be talking about this week is Speculate to Accumulate. So there's a big reason for that has resonated with me this week. It's a card that I love completely because Kirsty Mack is on there and Charlie Wyman is on there. Charlie was our guest speaker on one of our previous Cognitize Connect sessions. And there's a few learning challenges on this card. So Speculate to Accumulate is hand this card to a colleague and pose a what if statement to a workplace challenge. Example, what if we had to change tomorrow? And that is something that's really resonated with me this week. We've been going through a period of change, as have every single other business in the world at the minute. And what I've been learning with Red Knight Toy Group is where we don't have the same access to the traditional retail format that we used to sell our board games to, or Justin and myself don't have the same access to being able to go into primary schools and secondary schools with our board games club to be able to teach the great benefits of STEM and educational board gaming. We've started to look at the potential and ask that what if question of what if we had to change the capacity of Red Knight tomorrow to being something completely different rather than just a wholesale distributor of toys and board games. And over the last 5 days, I have made the crazy decision to take on a new business premises. It seems like all around me at the minute, the world is closing business premises, and we're seeing that some retailers are having to close the doors. But now feels like the right time for me to take that decision to speculate to accumulate. It feels like the decision is there for a new premises, which will have a multifaceted approach to it. It's going to be wholesaling, it's going to be warehousing, but also it's going to be the chance for me to have a new hands-on experience where parents, teachers, kids will be able to come and still learn about the great benefits of the games and toys that we represent, all within social distancing. And also upstairs, I'm really excited, and I know Scott is as well, that we are going to have a new area for Imaginosity, where essentially over time we will be able to develop facilitated play sessions and facilitated learning sessions with Imaginosity. We'll be able to bring small groups and hopefully then leading to larger groups coming together, being able to share great stories with us, being able to share narratives, and actually just share learning and help other people adapt and learn from experiences that others have. And that's, for me, that's the cycle of limitless learning that's on each of the cards. So Scott, I know you know from mentoring me over the last number of years, not just as my friend, but also with business mentoring, that you know exactly how risk averse I am. And this is a huge decision for me to take, but it feels like it's the right one to take right now. And I definitely have grown and been motivated by some of the stories that we've heard over the last 8 weeks on Cognitize Connect sessions, where people have taken those decisions and been brave. And I think that's what I want to do now. And hopefully over the next 5 to 7 days, if I can take the learns from this card, it's going to then lead me on to some of the sharing learns that I'm going to take from Seeds of Growth. So the card I want to pass you this week is Speculate to Accumulate. So it's coming this way. So our first high five of 5 is Speculate to accumulate.
Got it. Thank you very much, sir. Smooth. Knowing how risk averse you are, I was going to ask you how many spare pairs of underpants you've purchased for the next 7 days as well. Now you've signed the contract.
As a wholesaler and distributor, I have placed an order.
Well, yeah, I'm going to take this card over the next 5 days, or the next 7 days rather, until we put the next video on next Friday at 5 p.m. And I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to speculate to accumulate on. That I'm going to have to really consider. So have a brilliant weekend, Rory, and to everyone listening into this as well. And we'll see you next Friday. Thank you.
Next week, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye.